Hey everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. When we last left off, we thought we kind of solved the case with good old Kazuma's murder, or Mr. Asogi as we keep calling him now, apparently. But it seemed a little too, like, blah for me, and it turns out it was a little too blah, and Pavlova was lying, so we finally figured out, well, they figured out how the closed door happened with someone calling the emergency stop, and now we're trying to find evidence to show us that it happened last night, because the ship's log was empty, but I don't know what the evidence is yet. I have to look at my court record. But I want to say, hey, thank you guys so much for your continued support of the series. I hope you're still having fun with it. Happy October! I don't think I said that in the last episode, but I'm recording this one right after that one. So yeah, let's just jump in and solve Kazuma's murder. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night? That's a good question. La 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 la. Maybe the ship's log?
Yes!
Seaman Stroganov. Pfft. It's your duty to patrol the first class area of the ship, isn't that right? That is correct. Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you've rather carelessly left it at the top of a little... oh my god, atop the little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return it to you later. But now it's evidence, ho! I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log. That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened here aboard the SS Buria. Gasp! Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact. Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish! He looks so mad. If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night. Well, no, that's a good point. But were we all knocked out or something? Remember we all had headaches? Did they drug us? Yo, I think they drugged us. What of the throbbing? Sorry, that sounded really inappropriate. Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh yes, I have had a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. He's like, I just thought I was dying still. I've been coughing up blood every day, you know? My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right. My head's been throbbing today, too. Drugs, my good boy. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Oh, the chicken was drugged! Yo! Wait, so was Kazuma supposed to be drugged? And the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. Because he didn't like the chicken, right? So he didn't eat it. I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe. And shackled. And had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Yeah. Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Ah, well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. He was a real bro. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. Kazuma wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? That's right. He didn't touch it. Is that relevant? You bet your tootin' booty it is! My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh! Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there is something wrong with the chicken? I do. Oh, yo, you're getting married? No, really? Is that really true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Drugs. Tampered with by the addition of a soporific, designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea! Wait, why is that far-fetched? Precisely. Wait, what is she talking about? Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What? Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! I don't know what voice I gave her. Well, Seaman. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. Oh, were they trying to help her escape, so they did an emergency stop? No, they were allowing her on board, right? She said she, like, flew in like an angel. Maybe they had to stop so she could get on board. And they didn't want anyone to see her get on board. Since she used to work there, maybe they're just returning the favor, you know, since she, like, danced for them for 2 years. If you refused to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Please, no more. I will tell everything. Nah! I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help, everyone together. She threw away everything, our fame in the ballet, Mother Russia. We wanted to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Bro, and you just ate it? Da, we could not make all drug. How do you say? Dissolve? Oh, talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrades on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly. Save for, what's-his-face, Kazuma, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion the evening meals had contained. So, if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who disliked chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosmo's cabin door. Are they related? I'm confused. Why would she want to kill Cosmo? But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Ah, of course! Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins. After which, they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night. Yes! Yeah, that step was not... I don't know if we need to elaborate on that. If they eat in their rooms, obviously they're not... I mean, they're gonna be fine when the door is locked when they wake up. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprits brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Gasp! Gasp! So, are they still saying it wasn't an accident, so why'd she kill him then? You have talked long time and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But... I don't know about any of this. I am just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. Was it Stroganoff? Stroganoff? Why can't I say his name? Stroganoff? Beef Stroganoff? A laudable traits. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. What accusatory cry of guilt? Sorry, you've lost me. I don't hear nothing, man. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come to no, I'm kidding. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth. Did he kill Kazuma? So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said, of these two prevaricators. Observation, I can't read. Observations? If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asoki's death. What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely! You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Is he gonna have paint on his finger? Oh, yo, I thought there was gonna be paint on this finger with the way he was holding it. Oh god. Oh, damn! Hold on. Why is his shirt so short? Why is it so chunky arms? Is that something? Ink stain. Yes! Bro, you really need to, like, change your shirt or something. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Eh? Yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing in particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of this stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. Yeah, let's go. It's a very large purple stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform. Stroganoff. And I think what made it is clear. Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganoff's uniform really is. It is this.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, it's this photograph and the ink it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink. A rather unusual color of ink, purple. Ah! Ah, the penny drops. At last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Oh shit! Wait, how did it get on his back? What was he doing? Laying on the floor by the body? Alright, yes. It was me. I did it. Everything. Oh shit! I arranged everything in Dead Student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Then I pressed button to make Buria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel. Biff, please. Biff. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet. Biff, please, you must help me. Or Biff. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? The cat did it. Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend. She killed a man. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator in Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor? Yes, that is right. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel. The door was not locked. So she opened to look and you already know what happened after. Really? There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Soki's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Shut up, beef. Well, Miss Pavlova? Or did you deal the killing blow? Da? Oh. Yes, that is right. We saw him. It was dark, and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared, I understand, and I believe you. So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Cosmo's death at last? Ah, something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area on this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Huh? Oh, well, Cosmo tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. In which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? That he's lying face first? I mean, can you break your neck from the front? Wait, the spinal, I mean, yes, you could. I mean, that's a stupid question. What seems unnatural? Yeah, it's gotta be that he's face down, right? Because his arms could have caught him if they were in front of him. How do I point at it?
Yes!
Must be here, surely. Ah! Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. Don't be an idiot. When noting a crucial point, it can be helpful to keep your eyes open. They were open. And, it can be equally helpful to use them. Thanks for roasting me. Sorry. I'll try that. I think it's plain what Mr. Sholmes means by unnatural, isn't it? A word written in a foreign language underneath his fingertips, surely. That particular crass detail was orchestrated by the culprit. No, I mean to identify another point. Imagine, if you will, losing your footing yourself. Yeah, would you land as the victim has? What of your hands? You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This should be an easy task. Why do I? Okay, see, they're much more like, I don't want to say hand-holdy, but they actually give you some guidance when you get something wrong. In the other Phoenix Wright games, I feel like you just have to guess again. Okay, so I thought it was that he fell on his face, but I guess his hands are closed? Or this one's pointing? I would assume that they moved his finger to make it seem like he wrote that. So let's do this hand.
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something. Oh shit. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. You did? And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us, please. Why, of course, my dear madam. Why would I keep you in suspense? Yes? Why wasn't this brought up like 30 minutes ago? Oh, is that her other earring? This is what I found. Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle? Wait, didn't I say something about how it was weird she only was wearing one earring? Yes, you're right. Crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? Do none of you have eyes? It tells us nothing. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. It's on her ear. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. Oh shit! How did that crescent moon come to be in Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. It is hers. So we want to say it came from that ear. Alright. Wow, this is a little hard to move around, I'm not gonna lie.
Yes!
Yes! Is she like secretly a trained assassin who is sent to kill Kazuma? Like, why does he have her earring unless they were like in a tussle? You know what I mean? Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Why did you take the other earring off, girl? Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. Bleh, what? But looking at your other ear, I noticed a crescent moon. Ah! I don't believe it. Yeah, Pavlova. Spill the beans. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova? Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night in Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. And she didn't help him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh no. Angel? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Ah! Here! Her? What? Here! I don't know what she said. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Oh, is this her talking? When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible long day. Oh, the cat. Darka, wait! Yeah, like, the part about her, like, not going to get the cat didn't make sense, so she must have walked over there to get the cat back. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy. But nothing worked. Darka would not come back. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Is that the voice thinking? Oh! Oh. I'm sorry? I thought it was a friend of mine. Did she hear Inspector and go apeshit? A young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the men's cabin... Just a moment. Oh, just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah! Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Ah? No, I don't know that name. And my heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? So you all love ballet, man? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then Darka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, I pushed him. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help. From Seaman Stroganov, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. So that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door? Yes. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway. In wardrobe. Still sleeping. Right. That's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the Stowaway. Man, if only I hadn't eaten the chicken, damn it. I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, it's the only reason Suzato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to right on floor. I wrote, so that person who found them will look inside wardrobe and find Stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin. I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin, and I finished job. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway. Yes. Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. Thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. Damn. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Cosmo about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Ah, I knew it! She thought that he was gonna, had a cop with him. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. Oh, shit. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull the bell cord, I... May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. He was just coming to get me, right? Because I was in the cabinet or the wardrobe? What? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Cosma, so I can't know for certain, but... he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? Oh, whither? Or was that me? He wanted to talk to me. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still. That cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. There's one thing I've learned today. It's that a simple gaze can reveal all manner of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Cosmo looking at? That's a good question, and we'll get the answer next episode, because this one's also getting kind of long. So, thank you guys so much for watching! Sorry to cut this off at weird points. I hope you're still enjoying the series. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.